Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCoppel. The breaking news right now. War of words. President Trump battling members of his own party as tempers flare at a closed-door lunch with Republican senators. What they were shouting about.
And I'm not going to be bullied when I'm trying to get answers for the American people.
California jolted by a magnitude 5.6 earthquake, multiple aftershocks, and what the damage is we're seeing tonight. Severe weather risk tonight, more than 40 million under threat, plus that historic heat wave melting records in Europe.
We are showing there is a new path for politics in our city and in our country.
The Mamdani sweep. The mayor of New York City sends 3 candidates through the New York primaries, shaking up the Democratic establishment. What it all could mean for November. World Cup fever. The soccer fans from abroad falling in love with America. And the good stuff, rare identical triplets on their own for the first time.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Tony DeCoppel.
Good evening. President Trump threw Capitol Hill into turmoil today, canceling plans to sign a bill aimed at cheaper housing and turning his closed-door luncheon with Republican senators into a shouting match over the war in Iran. The president wants senators to pass a different bill, one changing the rules around voting, before he takes action on anything else, he says. But that one doesn't have the votes, according to senators, and that was before today's hot lunch. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns has details.
It was supposed to be a celebration on Capitol Hill, the president coming to sign landmark housing legislation. But instead, the day featured a shouting match between President Trump and a member of his own party, Senator Bill Cassidy.
The president didn't want to hear my question, interrupted me. I didn't care to be interrupted.
At a lunch meeting with Senate Republicans, the president grew angry at Cassidy, who was among those who voted last night to curb the president's authority on Iran. At one point, each told the other to sit down.
And I'm not going to be bullied.
Trump downplayed the tension.
I think we had a really great meeting.
The squabble overshadowed the passage of the bipartisan bill aimed at increasing the nation's housing supply and lowering costs to buy them. The president abruptly canceled the event to sign it into law with this social media post, upset the Senate has not passed one of his top priorities, a package of national voting restrictions known as the Save America Act, which Senate leaders say they don't have the votes to pass. The cancellation blindsided lawmakers.
It's not helpful. It's not helpful.
It's utterly amazing. Trump is running away from one of the very few accomplishments that could actually help the American people.
And Republicans had been hoping to campaign on that housing bill ahead of the midterm elections. Now, it can still become law even without the president's signature, so long as he doesn't veto it within the next 10 days. Tony.
Caitlin, thank you. An earthquake shook parts of Northern California today, about 2 hours north of San Francisco, injuring several people and causing widespread damage. Our Carter Evans has more now from Los Angeles.
The 5.6 magnitude earthquake shook Mendocino County so hard that items inside this grocery store flew off the shelves.
I've been here for 22 years. It's just never seen something like that before.
Seismologists say it's the biggest quake to strike the area in nearly 9 decades. There were some reports of injuries, but no deaths. And there's no major damage to infrastructure, but thousands lost power.
The house was rolling, dude.
And scientists fear something larger may be looming. A new study finds the San Andreas and San Jacinto faults in Southern California have reached their highest stress levels in 1,000 years, raising concerns about the possibility of a large earthquake hitting the area.
So it's going to take a big one down here in Southern California to alleviate that built-up stress.
That's correct. The USGS models forecast that in the next 30 years, there's about a 20% chance of a damaging earthquake on those faults.
Now, with this particular quake in Northern California, seismologists say aftershocks could be felt for days, and there is a very small chance that this is a foreshock, meaning an even larger earthquake could follow. Tony?
Let's hope not. Carter, thank you very much. Overseas now to that deadly heat wave melting records across Western Europe, and it's about to get worse as brutal new highs hit the region. CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay is in Paris, which once again topped triple digits.
Visitors flock to Paris expecting the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. Instead, extreme heat is closing their doors early.
So many people who've traveled from around the world aren't getting to see the sights that Paris has to offer because of this heat wave, and it's dangerously hot.
Europe is in the midst of its second heat wave this year, and summer's only just begun. But unlike the U.S., air conditioning is not ubiquitous. Here in France, only 25% of homes have it.
Today was the day you decided to jump in.
Already, at least 40 people have drowned trying to stay cool in lakes, rivers, and canals like this one in Paris.
And you can't blame them for cooling off. Tonight, France is one of the hottest places on Earth. Hotter than 99% of the planet, including parts of some of the hottest deserts.
The current heat wave isn't limited to France. In London, commuters are dreading blistering rides on the tube. In Rome, getting a glimpse of the Pope will cost you a sunburn. As heat waves become more frequent and more fierce, Europe must confront a new reality. Its most famous landmarks were built for a cooler world.
The UK today broke its all-time high for the month of June, topping 96 degrees. But here in Paris, that almost seemed cool, where the temperature topped 104 degrees. That's only the fourth time that's ever happened in 150 years. Tony?
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Back here at home, more than 40 million are on alert for dangerous weather tonight. The Texas Panhandle still reeling after grapefruit-sized hail busted windshields and pounded roads last night. And in Utah, Ring camera video shows fire raging near a cabin in that massive cottonwood fire. It's one of 5 wildfires that burned more than 100,000 acres statewide. CBS meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all. Rob, good evening.
Hey, Tony, we're actually getting some thunderstorms across Utah. Too early to say whether it's good with rain or bad with more lightning and gusty winds. Here it is on the larger map, and we've got severe thunderstorms that we have to contend with as well, including the eastern part of Denver Metro into the High Plains, Cheyenne. A tornado watch up until 11 o'clock tonight. Severe thunderstorm watches up south of there. Chicago up through Green Bay, you're in it too. And the flood watches with these storms because they've been dumping a lot of rain. So tomorrow's outlook includes much of today, slicing across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma in through Joplin, where they have a slightly higher risk of seeing some tornadoes. But the heat continues to scorch the west. Extreme heat warnings posted for parts of Arizona. 110 expected in Phoenix. Red flag warnings, critical fire weather for those areas near Utah. And that heat is building into Chicago on Sunday and Monday, and Raleigh on Saturday and Sunday. And into next week, it does look to be warm here in the east. Not as warm as Europe, but certainly toasty heading into the 4th.
Rob, thank you very much. We turn now to a big night for the mayor of New York City, who endorsed 3 far-left candidates for Congress, and all 3 won, raising questions about the future of the Democratic Party, even as Trump-backed candidates had a good showing as well. Here's senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
He's mayor of New York, but Zohran Mamdani is now also a kingmaker.
We are showing there is a new path for politics in our city and in our country.
In defiance of other party leaders, the mayor recruited a slate of like-minded progressives or Democratic Socialist congressional candidates and dropped this ad during the New York Knicks championship run.
I'm Brad Lander, and I'll block billionaires from buying our elections.
I'm Maria Elisa Avila Chevalier, and I'll defend New York by abolishing ICE.
I'm Claire Valdez, and I'll stand up against bad landlords and greedy corporations.
It worked. Brad Lander defeated Congressman Dan Goldman, who'd earned national attention for managing the first Trump impeachment trial. And 32-year-old PhD student Maria Elisa Avila Chevalier defeated Congressman Adriano Espaillat, chairman of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. All 3 candidates are critical of Israel.
I will be one of the Jewish members of Congress most willing to stand up loud for Palestinian human rights, freedom, and dignity. And I will stand firmly against bigotry aimed at Jews.
As for Republicans, President Trump's near-perfect record of picking primary winners continued. That's in part because in South Carolina's gubernatorial runoff, he'd endorsed both contenders, and Attorney General Alan Wilson won.
All right, Ed, back to these big results in New York here. What do they tell us about the state of the Democratic Party?
Well, in New York City, it says Mayor Mamdani has a grip on city politics and how New York City Democrats vote in city congressional primaries. But more broadly, it signals Democrats are looking for change, and change looks different in various parts of the country. Just 40 minutes north of the city, for example, Democrats chose Kate Conley, an Army combat veteran, to run in one of the most competitive contests this year. Her national security background mirrors that of many other Democrats who've won contests in recent years. And moderates also won in Maryland and Utah. None of them said anything about socialism. Tony?
Yeah, but Ed, that said, a lot of incumbents are losing primaries, it seems to me. Is this normal?
It's a little more in recent years, certainly at the primary season point of an election year. And in the case of Republicans, it's because they lost the support of President Trump. For the Democrats, it's because of either redistricting, having lost their seats in contests against fellow Democrats, or, as we saw last night, because voters are looking for someone new. Tony?
All right, Ed, thank you very much. One of the most decorated, combat-tested, and respected members of the U.S. Armed Forces, General Christopher Donahue, is retiring early, forced out by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. At just 56, General Donahue, a former Delta Force commander, had been expected to serve for years to come. Instead, he's now one of more than a dozen senior officers recently shown the door. Face the Nation moderator and chief foreign affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan joins us now with more. Margaret, great to have you here. What's this all about?
Well, Tony, this may be one of the most remarkable purges to date because of how exemplary this particular four-star general's career has been. According to one U.S. official, Hegseth himself told General Donahue he needs to retire by the end of the summer, and Donahue has, we've confirmed, handed in his retirement papers, even though there was this behind-the-scenes effort by some on Capitol Hill for more than a month now to try to salvage his career. The Pentagon explains it as a push to shrink the number of generals and admirals, but multiple sources told CBS this appears to be an effort to squeeze out officers in favor of political loyalists, and that is significant because the military is supposed to be apolitical.
It's very significant. Was there any friction between Hegseth and Donahue?
On the face of it, Donahue would appear to be the kind of warrior leader Hegseth says that he wants, and officials deny to us any personal clash or any conflict. They say the two men only ever met once. In fact, here's a photo of it. He was famously the last U.S. soldier to leave Afghanistan and one of the first to help in Ukraine, but Donahue's support role in that chaotic exit from Afghanistan back in 2021 may have made him a target. Hegseth is conducting his own new review of that withdrawal, and he's expected to take action, perhaps against senior officers who executed that pullout ordered by the last president. It's also happening as the administration reviews the size of America's military footprint in Europe, where Donahue is the top Army commander.
Margaret, thank you for jumping on this breaking news for us tonight. Appreciate it. Seeing our country through the eyes of outsiders. In a moment, the Texas family giving World Cup fans an American experience. If you're from America or you've lived here for a long time, one of the things you can never do is see it with fresh eyes. But here's the next best thing. Thousands of World Cup tourists falling in love with the things we might take for granted. Here's senior national correspondent Mark Strassman.
Four-wheeling through the muck of south central Texas. Drew Haas invited two couples from Poland and France to his 30-acre spread for a two-day taste of Texas.
I want to show them my Texas and get them to experience that because I wanted to open the world up to my home. My soul's been lit on fire.
Your soul's been lit on fire?
Been lit on fire just seeing all these people enjoy themselves here.
Let's do some cowboy stuff. David Mazur and Martina Bijinska live in Silesia, southwestern Poland.
And you're going to go out, and then you're going to grab my hand right here. Just
Haas
like
taught them to dance the two-step.
I would say it's all new to us. My dad grew up watching like John Wayne westerns. You just want to see it for yourself.
I was a bit skeptical about it, but then I just feel like, yes, I can do this all day.
Haas also took them to Buc-ee's. This one has 98 pumps and aisles of Americana. Think about it. They were smitten by a mega gas station.
This is the America that I want to live in. This is the America that I know it can be.
Turns out America is her own best ambassador.
We really love this lifestyle. We enjoy every second of it. We just want to like soak it in.
Both couples will spend the next couple of weeks here enjoying the World Cup and American hospitality. Tony, what is Polish for? Y'all come back, you hear?
I'll look it up in the commercial break, Mark. Thank you very much. Up next, have you seen this dog? An update on the effort to find the Marlins' mystery pup. He's a good boy. The nation's most famous public trash can is back in place tonight, and the woman who took it is reportedly out of a job. There's the can in special New York Knicks colors after this viral incident last week, a fan dumping the trash and taking the trash can home with her. Illegal, also gross. And more tonight on the dog at Monday's Marlins game, the one who didn't get the hot dog, the one who had to watch another dog enjoy his hot dog. The Marlins had put out a wanted poster promising a dream day for that disrespected pooch, and now fans are reposting the dog as the Marlins' new mascot. I like it. When we come back, the good stuff, big changes ahead for identical triplets we first met 18 years ago.
This portion of the CBS Evening News is sponsored by Ancestry. Discover, preserve, share.
We're back with the good stuff, and tonight the story of triplets, and not only triplets, but identical triplets. The chances are at best 1 in a million births, so rare that when Kevin, Declan, and Cormac Lyons were born in New York in 2008, we featured them right here on CBS.
Can you introduce us to your newborn babies?
Sure.
If you can tell them apart.
I can tell them apart.
In fact, their parents could not tell them apart, which is why Kevin, the oldest, became known as the red triplet, Declan, the blue triplet, and Cormac, the green triplet. And for 18 years now, the boys have loved it and loved one another in a family of 5 kids overall.
Cormac Lyons.
But after graduating high school last weekend, they'll be off on their own for the first time in their lives. Kevin is going to Villanova, Declan to Holy Cross, and Cormac all the way down to the University of Florida, where he tells us he's looking forward to being seen as an individual.
Not having to worry about what 2 other people are doing and where they are and like what's going on in their life, just kind of having a bigger sense of independence.
Declan and Kevin, it doesn't sound like he likes being your third brother.
I enjoy being a triplet. I don't mind it at all. So
I enjoy it too. It's like having 2 built-in friends, but it'd be cool to have like my own experiences and my own friends at college.
We did ask them about having triplets in their own life, and they were a hard no on that. Twins, it seems, is enough. That's another day in America. I'm Tony DeCopel. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Good night.